Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome back to the ISC World Tournament here at Miltan Field, the Green Valley Sports Complex in Moline, Illinois, the Quad Cities. And you're here on the ISC Network. Blair Setford traveling alone for this one. Joe Todd is on one of the alternate diamonds doing the ISC 2 championship game. Due to the length of the ISC 2 loser bracket final, we elected to move that game off of the main diamond in order to bring this diamond somewhat back to schedule. We're starting about a half an hour late from the original scheduled start time for your ISC 2 championship game. I would invite you to please tune in to softballpremiertv.com, and Joe Todd is bringing you the ISC 2 championship between Marchio Sausage Company and the Bar Buzz, Minnesota versus Wisconsin in that one. Here, this is the Kitchener-Hallman twins in white out on the field, and unfortunately for them, in black, the Bear Creek Express. Also from Ontario, from the Chippewa-on-the-Thames First Nation near Melbourne, Ontario, southwestern part of the province. So an all-Ontario matchup. This is a rematch of the ISC Canada East qualifier championship game. In that one, the Twins led into the seventh and then were taken by surprise, ambushed almost, as Bear Creek rallied for 5 runs and would take a 7-5 or 6-5 victory that day back in mid-June. It's a long way since mid-June, and things have changed a lot in that ensuing period. And this is the ISC World Tournament, and this one is underway as Jordan Pomeroy, the center fielder for the Bear Creek Express, swings through the first pitch for a strike. He'll be followed by Tyler Pauli, then Colin Walsh. Ryan Boland is in the 4 spot for Bear Creek, and in for a called strike. Then Jeff Lyons, Quentin Bruce, Kyle Ezekiel into the lineup, as there are a couple of changes here for Bear Creek. Derek Mason hits 8, and Brandon Horn in the 9 spot. Mason will move over to first base. Kyle Ezekiel in at third. Tyler Pauli to shortstop, and Colin Walsh moves out to right field. Defensively for the Twins, Jonathan Lynch in left, Teo Migliavaca in center, Blake Underwood in right field, and then around the horn, Blaine Milheim stays in the lineup at third. At short, it's Cam Schiller. Second, Federico Eder, and first base is Marshall Kronk. And on the board, of course, it is Huemo Mata pitching to Juan Zera. Pomeroy from Newfoundland and Labrador, just the latest in a long line of stars, and you've heard us talk a lot about that up here in the booth this year and in the previous years. But this kid's a real keeper. Swing and a miss here. Pomeroy down on strikes. That is a brilliant pitch by Huemo Mata. Dipper on the outside corner. Just the bottom fell right out of that at the plate. Tyler Pauli will step in. He's had some success in the past against Huemo Mata. Pitch down low. That one is well off the plate. You see Zera move to his left, and a little miscommunication on where the throwback was going to go as it gets out to the outfield. You're just getting in with this. Blair Setford flying solo for this one. Joe Todd is doing the ISC 2 championship game, which due to the length of the preceding game has stayed on what is Diamond 6 here. This is actually Diamond 5 at the complex, the main diamond. Joe doing the ISC 2 final on Softball Premier TV. Marchio Sausage and the Bar Buzz in that one. Marchio Sausage just taking a 3-2 lead. So we'll invite you to tune into Softball Premier TV for ISC 2. And we'll focus here on the Twins and the Bear Creek Express. Paulai chases upstairs, way up out of the zone for strike 2. Mata, pair of strikeouts to open up the account here this afternoon. We got going at about 5:32 p.m., about 32 minutes after the scheduled start time, which is a lot better than where we might have been. We've been running behind virtually from the first set of games here as you get down to the last couple of days. All the games start to take a little bit longer. Everything gets more magnified. And then we had an 11-inning affair in the ISC2 losers bracket game. And that certainly didn't help things. So Colin Walsh steps in from the right side, the first right-handed batter to face Waymo Mata. Slipped on his landing and went for a bit of a walk. He'll do some grooming and some shuffling of the dirt. The other game of note that was going on, Hill United Chiefs clinging to a 4-3 lead in the 7th inning over the AHI Reapers. Luis Amaya has been throwing a gem in that one for the Reapers. Make that one 5-3 now, top of the 7th. Hill United pushing another run across. Slashed out to right, and I was about to say just over the head of Blake Underwood, but he took an extra step back and reached up, and I think he got that one just in the webbing of the glove as that was tailing away from the right fielder for the Twins, but a good catch. We'll see it here. Just able to snag that one for the 3rd out of the inning. Bear Creek, nothing across in the top. Twins coming to the plate in the bottom. Stay with us.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at the Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill in the grounds can't be beat. Reduced-rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at deankane16@gmail.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program. The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at the Circle Tap Bar.
Fastball fans, if you were with us last night during the JB game, the Hill United Chiefs, you know that the game was stopped and there was a medical emergency that took place here at the park. And I am saddened to have to report on the passing of Dan Buddha Haas. If you know the ISC, you know Buddha, a longtime friend of the Circle Tap Dukes program. Dan originally from the Wisconsin area, lately has lived out in California, but has annually made the trip to the ISC World Tournament. This was Buddha's 50th ISC World Tournament that he's attended. He missed 2002 in Kitchener. It's the only one he's missed over the years. And we lost him last night. So with everything that's been going on, it's been a sad day here at the park, and we will miss you, Buddha. Teo Migliavaca will lead things off for the Kitchener-Hallman Twins. First pitch swinging out to left field. That's going to get over the head of Quentin Bruce. Migliavaca is going to fly around second, throw out the anchor as Bruce gets the ball back in. And a first pitch leadoff double for Migliavaca. Went right after it and over the head of Quentin Bruce. Is about 6'2", 6'3" out there and left. That's how hard that ball was hit. You see it just get past the outstretched arm off the fence. Good defensive play by Bruce to get the ball back in. That'll bring up Blaine Milheim. He'll be followed by Cam Schiller, then Marshall Kronk, Huemo Mata, Fetty Eater, Blake Underwood, Juan Zera, Jonathan Lynch will hit in the 9 spot for the Twins. We'll catch up to the Express defense in a moment, but it is Sean Cleary pitching for the Bear Creek team and pours in a strike. Quentin Bruce in left, Jordan Pomeroy in center. Right field is Colin Walsh. And then around the horn, Kyle Ezekiel, as I mentioned, gets into the lineup. Tyler Pauli in at shortstop, so a completely new left side of the infield for Bear Creek. Brendan Horn, Derek Mason moves from third to first. So 3 to the 4 infield positions have changed for Bear Creek since we saw them last, and now we're going to get a pitching lesson for Canada's ace because he's never done this before. Ryan Boland behind the plate for the Bear Creek Express squad. So Milheim, who got into the lineup the other night for the Twins and hit a booming 2-run home run, and that turned out to be basically the difference in the circle tap game. Swing and a miss. Chase that rise ball up and out of the zone, and apparently we're calling an illegal pitch. I gather that Cleary is not keeping the foot fully on the rubber. I can only guess. Maybe we can get a shot of Sean's feet, and we'll take a look at what he's doing out there on the board. That is upstairs, and honestly, I would have to call that an illegal pitch. That is not the majority of the foot on the top of the board. That would be legal in the WBSC, but by the rule, the ISC rule says the majority of the foot has to be on the top of the pitching plate. There's Blaine Milheim. This one is lifted up to left. Bruce will set himself up for the throw. The tag. Here's the throw into third, and sliding in safely is Teo Migliavaca. Plenty of speed out there. Migliavaca from Argentina, and he might be somebody we should throw into the race with Yusuf Davis and Alan Pecker. Yes, very fast. So Cam Schiller now to the plate with one down and a runner at third. Schiller rocked one out of the park the other night against Circle Tap as well in that 3-1 win for the Twins. Saturday they beat the Bar Buzz, who are now in the ISC 2 championship game 7-2, and then took out Waterdown Hammer 9-1 and 3-1 over the Circle Tap Duke. So they've allowed 4 runs in their 3 games. This one is lifted up to center. Migliavaca will tag. Here's the throw. There'll be no play at the plate as he slides in safely. And 2 down on the inning, and the Twins with a 1-0 lead. For Bear Creek, they beat Marchio Sausage, also playing in the ISC 2 championship game. Isn't that coincidental? They won that one 8-0, and then passed the Ohio Bombers 5-0, and then in a real barn burner of a game the other night here on the ISC network, a 3-1 win. That one was deadlocked at 1 for much of the inning. And Paul McCart is a little upset here and is quite animated in talking with the third base umpire, and he's been sent packing to go now talk to the first base umpire, or at the very least back to the bench. And I'm assuming that is to do more about illegal pitches. In that Grand Prairie Pirates game, the Pirates stranded 15 runners. Cleary went 5 innings. Justin Schofield came on in relief, worked the last 2, picked up the win. Derek Mason, a walk-off home run in that game for the Express, in a game that really they stole from the Pirates. Kronk to the plate, the big Aussie national. And fouls this one off down the right side. Kronk's 4 for 9, has a home run and a whole whack of RBIs. Well, 5 or 6 at last count. Chopper on the infield. Oh, almost hits a bag. Brandon Horn turns, throws, and gets him at first. That is a good play by Brandon Horn. Went a long way to his right to field that ball, and then still had to make the throw. It's reliable as clockwork, Brandon Horn. The Twins jump out in front 1-0 through 1 complete. Stay with us here in the ISC Network.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud Fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Well, that's what we've been touting all week here. Who is the fastest? But boy, I think Teo Migliavaca might want a part of this. He just showed some real blazing speed out there, tagging up from second to third and then from third to home on successive fly balls. Wimamata finishing his warm-up tosses. Ryan Boland will come to the plate. Ryan, 3 for 8, 375. Bear Creek, 7 home runs as a team through those 3 games. None bigger than the Derek Mason walk-off. And misses downstairs. Make it a final. Hill United Chiefs, 5-3 winners over the AHI Reapers. So Hill United, after that upset loss to J&B last night, will stay alive in the losers bracket. And for those inquiring, no, Adam Falker, to the best of my knowledge, did not pitch today. Pablo Migliavaca got the start. And swinging foul off at the plate. And to be honest, I didn't have much of an opportunity to watch that game, so I don't know if Pablo finished. He was in fairly late. And this one is pounded in the 3.5 or the 5.5 hole. It gets past a diving Lynch, and Boland is going to make the turn to slide to third and safe. Wow, my goodness, when was the last time Ryan Boland hit a triple? Boland, who runs well for a catcher, came chugging around second. There it is there. Had a little bit of a speed wobble, took a look to see where the throw is, and then just kind of full body slide into third base. Thanks in the comments confirming that Pablo Migliavaca indeed did pitch the complete game for the Hill United Chiefs. Jeff Lyons now to the plate as Bear Creek will look to have an answer for that run that the Twins scored in the bottom of the first here, trying to answer back in the top of the second. And they're going to ask if he went around. And no, finally, says our third base umpire. Some confusion as to who was going to make that call. Janet Boland saying, great slide. And this one misses downstairs. Hard hit shot from Jeff Lyons. That gets through Fetty Eater at second. Ryan Boland will trot home easily, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. Two hard hit balls off the bat of first Ryan Boland and now Jeff Lyons. That ball was right past Eater before he even had a chance to flinch. So an RBI for the designated player Lyons, and that will bring up Quentin Bruce. 4 for 8, 500, 2 home runs for young Quentin Bruce. He turns to square and fouls this one straight back to the screen. A little surprised to see him squaring here this early, second inning. Guy's hitting 500 for the tournament. And again, this one's fouled back to the screen. So Bruce, disadvantaged, 0-2, and now will have to swing away. And this one's a hard hit shot, and that is some serious experience hitting there from Quentin Bruce. That pitch well off the plate and down, just laid the bat out there and poked it past Blaine Milheim at third. And some experience beyond his years here. Look at this little inside-out swing to take that ball to the opposite field. And as my broadcast partner Joe Todd would say, hit it where they pitch it. And that's exactly where he did. Question in the chat, is anyone close to breaking Donnie Hale's RBI record? Well, Wayne Laulu, I think, has a piece of that as well. But to the best of my knowledge, no, I don't think anybody is going to make a run at 17 here this week, but we'll have to take a look through the stats to let you know. But the scores have tightened up considerably here as we've gotten later into the week. So the Express stringing together some hits here, and a bunt attempt right into the glove. And I don't know why they're bunting there with one down, but anyway. Or sorry, nobody out, but still, I don't know. Too early in the game for me to be bunting. Just my opinion, though. Others may differ. Your mileage may vary. But he pops it right in the glove of Huemo Mata, but nobody home at second. Scrambling back is Jeff Lyons. Derek Mason to the plate. Last we saw him, he was circling the bases. Big game-winning home run. A Tuesday night walk-off. And Mata will step off the bases. I talked to Derek briefly after the game on Tuesday. He didn't want to talk about the game. He wanted to talk about Craig Donaldson, the late Craig Donaldson, going into the ISC Hall of Fame, and whether that could be done in Vancouver, who are going to host in 2024. And I'm sure that that can be arranged, Craig's hometown being Vancouver, and I think that would certainly be the most appropriate thing for Craig Donaldson. Martin Gonzalez already up throwing in the Twins bullpen down the left field side. That pitch upstairs from Huemo Mata. Neither of these teams interested in dropping down into the losers bracket and having to battle and scratch and claw their way back to a championship game. You get in the losers bracket, there are a lot of games between you and the final on Saturday evening. This one skips off of Zera and gives everybody a free 60 feet. So Lyons to third, Bruce to second. Into the losers bracket now, you would play at least once tomorrow and possibly twice. And then you'd have to win 3 on Saturday to be the next ISC World Champion. Hill United Chiefs, the defending champions. A come-from-behind win last year in Eldridge, Iowa. A stunning come-from-behind as they scored 3 in the top of the 7th. And then came within about 3 feet of a home run by Wayne Laulu in the bottom of the 7th as Nico Carrillo back near the fence. Carrillo, of course, now gone over to JB. Upstairs to Mason. The Twins finished third in the tournament last year. Different looking lineup than what's on the field. Bear Creek were in the tournament, but again, a completely different lineup than what is out here today. Mata wants a new set of signs. And time at the plate again. Mata's pitched 15 of the 19 innings for the Twins so far. 23 strikeouts, but 6 walks. And chop foul. Brandon Horn on deck for the Express. They've loaded the bottom of the order with Mason and Horn hitting 8-9. Boy, these two guys, Horn would be at the top for most other teams and Mason in the middle. Chopper on the infield. They're going to come home, sliding in, out at the plate. The contact play on. Lyons was going on contact, and Fetty Eater, a strong throw to the plate, just had to wait for the ball to get to him. And out in a cloud of dust. Paul McCart down to have a word with Trevor Topping, our home plate umpire. Not sure what that conversation was about because I don't see any change that was made. So McCart getting his airtime and his money's worth at least here this afternoon. Horn off the outside corner. This one is fouled back out of play. Fouled straight back to the screen. So still runners on the corners as Quentin Bruce was up to third on the ground out, or well, the ground ball, and then the out at the plate. This one is lifted up to short center. Migliavaca will camp under it and make the final out of the inning. Bear Creek scores one. They tie it. We'll head to the home half of the second, knotted at 1. Well, if you're in Oswego, Ontario, you certainly want to take the opportunity to stop by Big Pete's. Looking to be there in mid-September, mid-late. I guess it's going to be late September. And hoping to get the opportunity to maybe pay a visit to Big Pete's Steakhouse, honoring Peter J. Montour. I want to thank Pete Hill, his sponsorship on the ISC Network broadcast program. It was our pleasure, Luciano and I, to be in Simcoe early this year as we did the Chiefs Challenge. Really enjoyed ourselves and want to thank the Hill family for their hospitality there that weekend. New York Gremlins were the winners at the Chiefs Challenge. So Sean Cleary back out on the board for second inning of work. We'll see if he can keep the majority of that pivot foot, the right foot, on top of the pitching plate. Mamana, Fetty Eater, and Blake Underwood, 5, 6, 7 for the Twins. And big swing and a miss there by Huemo Mata. Bit of a throwback, batting and pitching. Harkens back to the days of guys like Doug Middleton, Brad Underwood, and others who would bat fourth or fifth in the lineup for their teams. They'd go out and pitch every inning. They'd hit a single home run and they'd win the game 1-0. Huemo Mata has that type of power. Kieran, you have got a shot at this one right here in front of us. I thought you were going to go out the window after that one.
I was ready.
You were ready. Kieran Woodruff, one of the scorekeepers here this week, doing a great job on Game Changer. Best way to follow the ISC World Tournament, if you're not here with us on the ISC network, is through iscfastpitch.com. Links to all the Game Changer scoring. That one just misses outside. Cleary, 17 innings, 39 strikeouts, but somewhat uncharacteristically, 9 walks for the right-hander from Harbor, Maine, just in the greater metropolitan St. John's, Newfoundland, and Labrador region. These two no strangers to each other. Fouled off of the plate. Bolin just can't hang on to that one, and he'll use that as an opportunity to walk the ball halfway out. I'm a little surprised that Ryan didn't go all the way out. The disadvantage to having your pitcher bat on a day like today, even though he's a big, strong guy at the plate, young Mata, is that it's about 28, 29 Celsius. It's pretty sticky out there, and your pitcher's going to be out there swinging a bat, running the bases if he gets on, and that is energy that he's not putting into pitching. The flip side, of course, is Mata can take the ball out of the yard on just about any swing. That's the trade-off as a coach that you have to think about when you put your pitcher in. Andrew Kirkpatrick, Dean Holine amongst the very best two-way pitchers in more recent times. This one fouled off, and he's seen a lot of pitches. He has been up there for 1 and 2 count, but he's fouled off about 4 or 5 already. Trevor Topping from Kitchener, Ontario. Brandon Bloom from Washington State in the Pacific Northwest. And Keith Cook from Minnesota are our umpires. Keith Cook is over at third base and had that verbal joust with Paul McCart a little bit earlier. Swing and a miss. Down goes Mott on strikes. Chases the rise ball up and out of the zone. You see the elevation here. Cleary just blows that right past Huemo Mata. Federico Eder to the plate now. Second baseman for Bear Creek and a member of the Argentina national team. These two will see a lot of each other over this week and then in the fall down in Auckland. Cleary took something off of that, not the full changeup, but did take something off of it. They're going to ask, and did he go around trying to get out of the way? No, he did not, said Keith Cook. 5-2 for Marchio Sausage over the Bar Buzz in the IST2 game for those tracking that. Legends tournament started today. There are lots of Legends games going on as there's a big field of 15 teams. 3 divisions of 5, so they're playing 15 games today, 15 games tomorrow, 2 games each for the over 50 crowd. And there are some familiar names. They look a little bit different now, but good to see them still competing and still here out at the ballpark. Oh, there's the changeup, the good one from Sean Cleary, way out in front. The other night against Grand Prairie, he didn't bring that pitch out until the 4th inning. Went the first 3 innings with exclusively the hard stuff, saved the changeup, but using it here to good effect against Fetty Eater. Eater spread the hands. A bit of a different approach, almost running through the box like he was going to slap, but he didn't quite have the hands fully spread. Cleary a long time here in between pitches. Eater takes, called strike 3. Can't get the bat through the zone. So Fetty Eater down on strikes. That'll bring up Blake Underwood. Underwood, the right fielder, made that leaping grab on that slash hit by Colin Walsh to end the first inning. Underwood, the only Canadian in the lineup for the HALLMAN Twins. A couple of Americans with Jonathan Lynch and Cam Schiller. Swing and a miss there. Teo Migliavaca, Huimomana, Fetty Eater, Juan Zera from Argentina. Milheim, Schiller, Lynch are the Americans. Sorry, I missed Milheim the first time. Kronk from Australia. So a truly international lineup for the HALLMAN Twins. Chopper on the infield, going up in the air. Kyle Ezekiel, that's a good play. Elevation over at third base, and the toss to first to get Blake Underwood. So 1-2-3 inning for the Express. They'll come to the plate in the top of the third. Coming up here on the ISC Network.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
Back here live on the ISC Network, Bear Creek Express from Chippewa-on-the-Thames First Nation in southwestern Ontario and the Kitchener, Ontario HALLMAN Twins, separated by, I want to say, 120 kilometers or about 70 miles on Highway 401 in southwestern Ontario. Top of the shop, Jordan Pomeroy for the Bear Creek Express. First pitch swinging, and that is through the 3.5 hole on the right side. And Jordan Pomeroy does what he does best. Punches one down the right side, gets on base. Real good wheels from this young man from Newfoundland and Labrador. There you see Fetty Eater giving chase to no avail. So Pomeroy aboard, Tyler Pauli to the plate. And again, right by the book. And again, a pop-up bunt attempt and a bit of a wasted out. Tyler Pauli can be better served swinging the bat. Great catch there by Blaine Milheim. Laid out and got the glove under the ball just before the could hit the dirt. And that is a big out, as that keeps Pomeroy anchored to first base. Colin Walsh hit the ball hard to right field, and that base hit taken away by Blake Underwood. Believe it or not, they have the lights on here. It must be on a timer. It's 6:15 Central Time. It is a gorgeous blue sky. It's been very warm here, 28 Celsius, which is into the mid-80s in Fahrenheit. So it has been very warm. They ask on the appeal, and yes, he did go around, says Brandon Bloom, first base umpire. Walsh chases upstairs. Fetty Eater flip to Schiller, back to first, call it 2. 4-6 equals 2. You can see it here. Tailor-made double play ball. Easy flip, easy throw.
Coolbet. Comfortably thrilling.
You see some of the Elmira Expos. Elmira finishing 4th in ISC 2. Put up a valiant fight, tied the game against the Bar Buzz in the top of the 7th, but the Bar managed to score a walk-off against the Expos. The Bar Buzz would then take a 1-0 lead into the top of the 7th against the Alvinston Aces. Alvinston scored 1 in the 7th. They would go to extras and back and forth and back and forth. Ultimately, the Bar would win that one in 11 innings, 6-5. It was tied at 1 after 7 and a 6-5 final through 4 extra innings. That game took 3 hours, 45 minutes to play. Oh, yes. Yep. Valdez, the Mexican pitcher there that we just had on screen. Just one of the many international contingent. There is no majority of players here at the ISC from any one nation. It is truly an international softball congress these days. There are more American players here than anybody else, followed by the Canadians. But then there are 50 Argentina players. And then many from New Zealand, from Australia, from Mexico, from the Dominican Republic, from Guatemala, from Cuba, from the Czech Republic, Venezuela. And I'm sure you will see, in the not-so-distant future, you will see somebody will bring over a player from Japan. There have been discussions with a couple of players in particular. Swing and a miss there by Zera. And whether those players can get away from the Japanese season for either an extended time or even just for a month or even a full week just to play here in the ISC World Tournament. Zera lifts this one up to right. Colin Walsh will come across and make the catch in right center. First out of the inning. You see Walsh move across. In the background goes Jordan Pomeroy. Cleary to face Jonathan Lynch. That closed stance from the left side. And he opens up as the pitch comes in. The net result of all of it is that Jonathan typically will hit the ball inside out from center over to left, being his power alley. Man, can this guy fly when he gets going. The pitch misses upstairs. Jonathan Lynch very fast, yes. Yeah. Oh, Ed Otterman, I hope you got better things to do than listen to us on date night with the wife. This one fouled off, but I do want to say hello to Ed Otterman and Amanda. How are you? Doing well, I hope. Glad you're with us. For Jonathan Lynch, it was a family affair getting into fastball, watching his dad play. just off the outside corner. And same thing, you hear that story a lot when you listen to the various podcasts with the U.S. players in particular. A lot of the guys grew up at the park with their dad or their uncle playing, and it was just natural for them to fall into it. A lot of them, thinking of guys like Matt Palazzo in particular, Nick Mullins, played baseball as kids, but when their baseball careers ended, swing and a miss there by Lynch over the top of a drop. By the time their baseball careers ended, getting into fast pitch softball was a natural step, and never looked back for guys like Lynch and Palazzo. Think of Pat Sagdal, who's not in the game right now, but so many others who we've enjoyed watching over the years. And this one just punched out to left, and Quentin Bruce will take 1.5, maybe 2 steps over and make the catch for the second out of the inning. Teo Migliavaca helped to author the run of the game for the Twins. A leadoff double, and came around to score. Ed Otterman, thanks for the photo. Great photo, the two of you. I'll say hello to the extended Boland family. Aunt Sandra, Uncle Ed. And for Janet, Shane and the Hill United Chiefs were 5-3 winners. In what was a tight game with the AHI Reapers, that game was tied at 3 as late as the 4th inning. Swing and a miss over the top, Migliavaca. I'm sure Ryan Boland and Sean Cleary won't be throwing the first pitch or the same pitch that they threw as the first, leading off the game, or at least the home half of it. That one fouled off onto the other diamond. As I said, the Legends games are going on 2 of the 4 diamonds here. The ISC 2 championship game on the diamond to our right as we look from behind the home plate. And the park filled up with the arrival of the Legends today. Some teams had been eliminated over the course of the last couple days from the World Tournament with no opportunity to play in ISC 2, and as they move out, the Legends move in. Called strike 3, outside corner. Teo Migliavaca unhappy with that call. He will make the long trip back. You get to see strike 3 here again, right where Boland had the glove.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Mattiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
Back here at the ISC Network, Ryan Boland will lead things off. Oh, there's a ball that almost made it onto the field. Come over from the other diamond. Boland, a triple. Yes, you heard it right. A triple for Ryan Boland. That was leading off the second inning, and he came in to score on a hard hit single by Jeff Lyons. Mata trips coming off the board, and he'll want to do some landscaping. Over the top of the zone. And he fouls this one straight back to the screen. And this one is hit into short left. Lynch comes on and slides and makes the catch. Good play out there by Jonathan Lynch. You forget how good all of these guys are defensively, too. We marvel at the hitting a lot, but the defensive plays that these guys come up with on the regular is something else. There you see Jonathan Lynch with the sliding catch. Called strike on Lyons. Lyons smoked one right back up the middle in his first at bat. And a called strike on the inside corner. So 1-2 on Jeff Lyons. Just up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You go all the way back to the ISC Canada East qualifier. Mid-June, these two teams in the championship game. 7th inning, bases loaded. And Jeff Lyons Called strike 3. At the time, Jeff Lyons smashed a triple down the first baseline and cashed 3 ones. Here, he's going to get sent packing. And what a difference 2.5 months can make. Well, call it 2 months, I guess. Mid-June to mid-August. 2 down in the inning. That will bring up Quentin Bruce, who seems like he's had a fair bit of action already out in left field with a couple of balls his way. It's only the third. Sometimes you can go a month without a ball in the outfield. That pitch misses off the outside corner. Good eye by Quentin Bruce. Bruce got a championship ring from the Hill United Chiefs as he was with their program last year as they put together a purpose-built team to come down and play 4 or 5 tournaments, or 4 or 5 weekends at least anyway, 4 weekends. Played the USA National and then got into the ISC. Ultimately prevailed last year, so we're going to foul off here by Bruce. That looked like it got a bit of Juan Zera. And took something out that. Bruce chases up and out of the zone. So 2-2 on Quentin Bruce. And time at the plate by Bruce. Right back up the middle, and Bruce aboard with a 2-out base hit. That'll bring up Kyle Ezekiel to the plate. Kyle Ezekiel's first appearance here for the Express this week as he's been chomping at the bit. He gets into the lineup at the expense of Nestor Nova, who was playing shortstop for the first couple of games. But the Express basically reshuffled the infield around Brandon Horn at second. And this one punched out to right field. Underhood on the way back, leaps, catches it, goes over the fence, and that is a spectacular catch as he goes through the breakaway fence. And Blake Underwood showing how it's done. Can't wait to see this replay. Opposite field. And break through the fence. The advantage of that breakaway fence. Great grab out there. Blake Underwood, a web gem.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you.
So a quick defensive change for the Bear Creek Express. Nestor Nova will come on at shortstop for Tyler Pauli. And Pauli, who has had a thumb injury earlier in the year. You have to wonder if that's been aggravated in some way or if this is just a defensive switch for the time being. And then maybe we'll see Pauli back swinging. First pitch swinging is Blaine Milheim. This one handcuffs Bruce. Milheim around the corner, and then is going to have to scamper back to the bag. Thought about going for it for a second as that ball handcuffed Bruce. It climbed up his shoulder. But Blaine Milheim certainly rounding into form. He's hit several balls hard here the last couple of games as he's been into the lineup in place of Adam Alexander. Cam Schiller to the plate. This is downstairs from Sean Cleary. Schiller was 4 for 8 coming in with a home run. We saw that home run in the Circle Tap game as that was the insurance run for the Twins over the Dukes. This is upstairs. Oh, Boland had a notion to go for the snap throw. Milheim will get a pretty big lead over there at first. And Boland likes to throw, not as much as Rafa Flores, who loves to throw. But Boland will make the snap throw down to first on the right occasion. Cleary pops in a strike to Schiller. I really enjoyed Schiller's guest appearance on the Outside the Shoot podcast several months back. He talked about being at the 2015 Winners Bracket Fund. There's the throwdown. And Milheim easily back. And they ask on the check swing. It was ball 4, actually. So Milheim will trot up to second base. So a single and now a walk. And you got a pair of runners aboard and the first serious mound meeting for the Express. Gronk steps to the plate, and a bit of a jam in the fourth that Cleary will have to work around. They want to keep this game tied at 1. They bobbed and weaved and ducked and dodged against Grand Prairie in their previous game. Hard hop off the glove of Ezekiel. Nestor Nova comes on and picks up the ball, makes a strong throw to first, but they don't get Kronk. That ball ate up Kyle Ezekiel at third base. They're lucky it didn't skip out to the outfield. They keep it on the infield and keep the runners from scoring, but now you've got the bases loaded for Huemo Mata. And a big jam here for Cleary and the Express. Got a ground ball, but couldn't get the play made. An error to Ezekiel. And a big opportunity for Huemo Mata to break his own game open. Chopper, that's just fouled down the left side. Milheim at third. Schiller at second. Kronk at first. Huemo Mata at the dish for the Twins. That goes around. Good, hard inside drop ball from Sean Cleary to run the count to 0-2. Big moment in the game here for both teams. Long look in from Cleary. And swing and a miss, chases the drop on the outside corner. Outstanding pitch selection there by Ryan Boland and Sean Cleary. Mata will walk back to the dugout. Federico Eder will step into the box. One down now. The base is still loaded. Milheim, Schiller, and Kronk, the base runners. Milheim, above average speed at third. Horn is in. Nova is creeping in, but is still behind the baseline. Here's a little slow roller to Nova. He's going to flip to third. And I think if he is in more on that play at the outset, he's got a shot perhaps at Milheim at home, but too deep, in my humble opinion, behind the baseline with the bases loaded and only the one down. You'll see it here again, just a little slow roller on the left side, and he's got to come in, and the toss to third is the only play. So 2-1 Twins, and a replacement runner for Kronk. Nolan Williams will go out to run for Kronk, and that is a good exchange. So Blake Underwood will step up to the plate. There's Ron Hackett, the skipper for the HALLMAN Twins. Also the head coach for USA men's national team. And this one upstairs. Cleary looking for time just to make sure that nobody takes off while he goes and hands the sunglasses off. The shadows are just about out to where Cleary is on the board from the sunshade that is on the third base side. And there's the roof of the dugout shadow as well. But 2/3 of the infield still bathed in sunlight. Swing and a miss by Underwood. Another long look in for Cleary. And that pitch on the inside corner just absolutely tied up Blake Underwood. Couldn't pull the trigger, right on the black of the plate, and a called strike. And time called as nobody liked the sequence of signs. And this one fouled straight back to the screen. Good cut by Blake Underwood. Boland will trot out to the board as Trevor Topping's got his back turned getting a ball out of the chute. And he'll go have a conversation, sneaking one in while Trevor had his back turned. And this one, Kieran, you got a shot at it, and just off to the side. I am waiting for Kieran to go headfirst out that window with his arms outstretched to get his hands on a foul ball. We've had to put a camera mount there to try and block Kieran's way. If you get one, it will be a first in the history of the ISC network where somebody catches a foul ball here in the press box. It occasionally happens at some of the major league games and the minor league games, and there we are. This one is lifted up. Center left, Quentin Bruce back almost to the fence and then stumbles over. He's got to be careful he hangs onto the ball because if he drops that on the other side, it becomes a home run. But he hangs on to it, and the Twins score one. They strand two, but through four complete. HALLMAN Twins 2, Bear Creek Express 1. There you see Bruce over the Flexo fence. There we are. To my left is Luciano Lafrano. Boom, indeed. HALLMAN Twins, a 2-1 lead here as we go to the top of the fifth. This one is moving along. In contrast to some of the other games that we have had today, we've gotten to the fifth relatively quickly. A real good pitcher's duel, Mata and Sean Cleary. Derek Mason to the plate. A pitcher of renown in his own regard. In years past, Derek has made all-world teams as a pitcher. Primarily third, first base, corner infield, usually middle of the lineup, but hitting in the 8th spot here today. And swing and a miss by Mason. Mason should be winging his way to Auckland, New Zealand in November as a member of Team Canada. We heard from John Stewart, the head coach of Team Canada, yesterday afternoon, and we'll, if we can, get an opportunity to talk to Ron Hackett, the USA coach, at some point about the preparation for Auckland. But Ron, of course, has got lots on his plate right now as the head coach of the HALLMAN Twins. Eight-5 through 5.5 in the ISC 2 championship game. Marchio Sausage out on top of the Bar Buzz. The Bar Buzz guys are on their 3rd game of the day, and this one hits Mason, who seems to get hit a lot. Not that he crowds the plate, but that one just came in on him. Fetty Eater is going to come in and get shooed back to second base as they ask on the appeal about whether Mason went around, but self-defense. Fetty Eater, I think, is laughing with Derek Mason, who's over at first. So Brandon Horn, the 9-batter, and certainly not your usual 9-batter, turns squares, and a foul tip into the glove of Juan Zera. If you were to design a 9-hitter, you would build it exactly like Brandon Horn. Good contact batter, hit the ball in the gap, speed, and sets the table for the top of the shop. And drops this bunt down, but it's foul. So 0-2. And another opportunity on bunting is squandered by Bear Creek. Just off the outside corner. You see the seats being filled up here at Milton Field. Horn had a notion to go, but held the bat back, and they're going to double check, and no, he did not. This one punched out to right. Underwood has got a range over to his left and makes the grab over near the foul line. And no opportunity there for Derek Mason to advance. Blake Underwood has played some good defense out in right. You'll see him come almost right into your living room here on this one. And running in your direction. Doing a great job out on our action camera is Catrona Lafrano, the better half of Luciano Lafrano. They celebrated their 9th anniversary here at the ballpark yesterday. Can you believe that? That is dedication to the game, celebrating your wedding anniversary at the park. Doing fabulous work here this week. Katrona on our action camera following the ball. There she is behind that steel beam. Following all of the action. Swing and a miss there. We bring you the sights and sounds of the 76th annual ISC World Tournament here in Quad Cities, Moline, Illinois. This is the 16th time over the years, ranging all the way back into the 1960s and 70s, that we have been in the Quad Cities area. Rock Island here in Illinois. It's called strike three. Down goes Jordan Pomeroy. Rock Island hosted several years in a row in the 60s and 70s. And then more recently, it's our sixth trip the last several years here to the Green Valley Sports Complex in Moline, Illinois. The Quad Cities, home of John Deere, the John Deere Classic on the PGA just a couple of weeks ago. Had a notion to go after that there. Tyler Pauli back in on the re-entry. So Nestor Nova, who was in defensively, has been replaced, and that'll be his afternoon. And you have to wonder if the score stays the same way. His being a couple of steps too deep. Right now, that's the difference in the ball game. Being able to make that play on the front side of the baseline or being on the back side of it. The only play you have is the flip to third for a force out. And this one is fouled back. Inside to Pauli, and even with the elbow guard on that Tyler wears, you don't want to get clipped hard by Huemo Mata. And here's a little chopper in front of the plate and foul. Juan Zera doing a great job there to pop out from behind the plate, but that was foul before he could intercept it. Pauli yanks this one to the right side. Fetty Eater will range across to make the out. Bear Creek strands the hit by pitch in the form of Derek Mason. We'll go to the bottom half. The fifth, Twins still leading 2-1.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game, every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports, focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product. Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear, designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales. Hard work, strength, and all-around commitment to getting the job done, and done right, is the motto for Lumberjack Sports. Learn from the best. Play like the best. Check out lumberjacksports.ca.
Elmira Expos, Elmira just up the road a little bit from Kitchener, Ontario, southwestern part of the province. This all-Canada battle, and we're going to have an all-American battle coming up after this. New York Gremlins and JB, East-West Coast, New York and LA will battle it out. Upstairs to Zara. And Cleary tweaked something on that pitch and bent over at the waist, and you see Sean kind of wiggling the knee around. There's the trench that they're throwing to, as it's his landing zone right at the front. Boland head back to behind the plate. Cleary is going to do a little bit more landscaping. The wear and tear on the diamonds over the course of a week of an ISE World Tournament is remarkable. Pitchers like Sean and the rest will leap forward about 7 to 8 feet, and you can see where both his right foot and then ultimately his left will come down. And it is a delicate balancing act. The kinetic motion of throwing a pitch, the way that these pitchers do now, is something where every piece of it in process has to be right in sequence. So Zara still at the plate. This one upstairs from Cleary with the rise ball. Can't get Zara to chase. Cleary and the Express need to shut the door the rest of the way and let the offense try to scratch out a run or two. Ground ball to Ezekiel. He will make the easy toss. And Nestor Nova back out at shortstop. Well, the only thing I can think of was maybe a blood rule substitution for Pauli, but I'm a little puzzled by that one. Jonathan Lynch at the plate for the HALLMAN Twins. And first pitch swinging, fouls that out of play on the left side, way out of play. Just saw a member of the JB squad go by in their black jersey, trimmed in yellow. We'll hope that the Gremlins are wearing something lighter when they show up. That's not good, as we lost the power. Swing and a miss here. Swing and a chopper. Mason will race to the bag and beat Jonathan Lynch, and we are out of power. Can you believe it? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we don't have internet, eh? Yeah. Can we record something? No, I guess we can't even record anything, eh? Because we don't have power for the cameras. What if I did this? Put my phone up and talked into my phone?
Hello. We just lost power in the press box. Yes. So I don't know if there's a breaker box downstairs or something, but we have nothing up here.
The messages there, the fake sound for no lighting.
No, but I can still get... I still have cellular service.
Oh yes, is out the camera or
no? No, I know, but I can do this. All right? So if I wanted to go live... Does Joe know that he's off the air?
Yeah, I mean, unless you know if there's like a breaker downstairs or something, we can. Yeah.
Audio still works, is what I'm hearing. Well, we're going to try and go live here, Joe, and see if we can stream through cell phone as long as the battery lasts. Fortunately, it was plugged in and charging. Swing and a miss there by Teo Migliavaca. So we'll give you video through one, and I know that for people who can still hear on the other stream, we'll keep going with you. We had a power outage here in the press box. We've alerted the grounds crew, and hopefully they'll be able to turn a breaker switch, and we'll get back on. Cleary got Zara on, how did he get Zara? Was it a strikeout? With 3-2 here, as he also got Jonathan Lynch. So Teo Migliavaca to the plate. 2 down in the inning. So ground out for Zara and then Lynch.
I don't know. Unless somebody.
Well, the lights have come on back in the press box here. We will work to get the camera systems up and operating shortly and get back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. And then we'll turn off this one on. We'll stay here on both of these broadcasts till the end of the inning, and then we'll hopefully get the camera system back operating. But Blaine Milheim to the plate with Teo Migliavaca out at first base. Cleary called a strike on the outside corner. It is very important for Cleary. I was starting to say, I think before the power went out, very important for the Twins to get one here, and conversely for the Express to keep the door firmly bolted shut and then try and scratch one across over the last couple of innings. But an insurance run here for the Twins would be huge. Swing and a miss by Milheim. It gets past Boland. No panic. He picks up the ball off the curb and throws out Milheim at first. Hearing that the YouTube video stream is back up, so we're going to shut off this temporary one. Thanks for staying with us, and we're going to keep you up to date. We'll get reset. Stay with us. Well, thanks for the fast action of the grounds crew here at Quad Cities to get the power back on and get the video feed restored. Colin Walsh to the plate. This one is lifted sky high. And Fetty Eater will go back to the grass to reel that one in. Thanks for all the notes, picture, camera back on, and hello from the press box where we've got the power restored. Ryan Boland to the plate, one down again. Top of the sixth for Bear Creek. Need to get a runner aboard, need to move him over, and need to get him in. Mata took something off of that one. Boland out on the front foot.
Thank you for watching Sauce for Premier TV. Watching ISC Fastball in English, Facebook and YouTube.
That pitch misses down and away.
Now, favorite ISC fastball in English version. The source for Premier TV is Spanish.
And this one is swung on and missed. There you see the setting sun. The left side of your frame, top left. That's what the right fielder is still contending with. Along with first base, Marshall Croc still has the shades on. Oh, there goes the power again as we are taxing the system here. We'll keep the audio going. And we will do this one an audio only, old school, if you will. We haven't done audio only in several years, but that's how we started. So Mata. Kicks, deals, swing and a miss by Boland. He's down on strikes. That's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Nestor Nova. Well, Nova went into the DP spot. I see what they did. We didn't get that change that you got onto the DP spot. So that's how Paulai came back up to the plate earlier, and they've effectively made Tyler Paulai the designated player. Nestor Nova playing defense. And a chopper on the infield, but that's foul. I was going to say they will not get Nova down at first if he's on the move like that. Runs well. Ran into one the other night, hit a home run in the game with Grand Prairie. That tied the game at 1 at the time, and it stayed tied.
Does your game need work?
Few innings.
Want to get back?
And that pitch misses down from Huemo Mata. And it is a chopper on the infield. Schiller, backhand, turns, throws, out at first. So Nestor Nova on the ground out. Express, 3 up, 3 down. That 2-1 lead for the Twins will carry over to the home half of the 6th. Well, we're back here with audio at least, and we hope to get the camera restored shortly as the power has been reset once again, and we may have to go some of the creature comforts of the air conditioning up here in the press box for a bit, if that indeed is what's causing the outage. There's a lot of electrical equipment plugged in up here, too. Cleary back out on the mound for the Express. And Cam Schiller at the plate. And there we're back with the video. Good stuff. Cleary, Schiller in your frame, along with Ryan Boland and home plate umpire Trevor Topping. And swing and a miss by Cam Schiller. Couple of pop-ups and a ground out in the top of the sixth for the Express. And now to the bottom with Cam Schiller to the plate. Stay tuned here on the ISC Network as we'll be bringing you the New York Gremlins and JB, East Coast, West Coast. The Gremlins from Clifton Park, New York. JB from Agora Hills in Los Angeles County. Cleary kicks, deals upstairs, and ball 4 to Cam Schiller. So a leadoff walk will bring up the cleanup batter for the Kitchener-Hallman Twins. That's Marshall Cronk, the big Aussie. That East Coast, West Coast battle will have to wait as the Battle of Ontario rages on here. And a called strike opener to Cronk. And this one just misses inside. Cronk pulls the elbow back. Just about the whole field now in shadow. Just a little bit of sunlight out there in behind Pomeroy in center. Swing and a miss over the top of the drop from Cronk. And a little bit more out where Quentin Bruce is in the outfield. Temperature settling down. It was 28 degrees at game time. But here, as we hit 7:30 Central Time, it's come down a whopping 3 degrees to 25. It is still muggy out there for the players. Downstairs from Cleary. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We mentioned earlier the uncharacteristic number of walks Sean Cleary's had here this week. A lot of them came in that Grand Prairie game. And Cronk holds, doesn't chase up and out of the zone. That one off the plate as well. Cleary's been able to elevate the rise ball and keep it over the outskirts of the plate a fair bit this year, but that one almost through the other batter's box. He fouls this one into the screen.
La partida, una partida bastante interesante. Una partida increíble. Una partida como les gusta. 2-1 ganando el equipo de los HALLMAN Twins.
This one is lifted up on the infield. Nova will wave off Kyle Ezekiel and make the catch. That was a major league infield fly. That'll bring up Huemo Mata. Mata hasn't had a lot of success against Cleary here tonight. Struck out with the bases loaded. And chases this one up and out of the zone for strike one. It is a lot to ask to do all the pitching and then come in and hit in the middle of the lineup. Yep, guys have done it in days past. I think the lineups guys face may have been a little bit thinner than lineups that Huemo Mata is facing 1 through 9 these days. But certainly you see Andrew Kirkpatrick do it. Huemo Mata in the middle of the lineup here. Kirkpatrick, interestingly enough, doesn't actually do it as the week gets on here at the World Tournament. And of course, the Gremlins bench is so deep that they can afford to keep his stick out of the lineup. This one is laced foul. Looked like Cleary took a little bit off of that, and Mata way out in front of it. You see the JB team, they must have won the coin toss on the left field side, and the Gremlins, indeed in white, down the right side. Cleary steps back, leans, kicks. And this one is foul down the right side into the tent, and immediately, must have been caught, and immediately back onto the field. Good job over there. Looked like Justin Schofield was in the neighborhood and got that ball right back out onto the field. Didn't have any delay there whatsoever. Good look at Sean Cleary. Big exhale. And again, Mata at the plate. Laser focus. And this one punched out to right, deep right field. That's going to one hop the fence. Coming around third is Schiller. He's got a full head of steam. He's going to score easily and into third base with a stand-up triple, Huemo Mata. Here's the replay here. Good inside-out swing by Mata, who has been doing this all week, hitting the ball the opposite way, and takes it down to right field. He's going to one-hop the fence there. It tails away just a little bit from Walsh. Throw comes in. Schiller scores easily, standing up, coming all the way from first. And that's going to be it for Sean Cleary, as Justin Schofield, number 41 in the middle of your frame there, will come in. With that, we will take a break. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the Twins now leading 3-1.
Sometimes people worry about asking for help because there can be a stigma around mental health problems.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
They might believe that asking for help means admitting that something's wrong.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Some people worry about how others might see them.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Asking for help means that you want to make changes and take the first steps towards better mental health.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
We should celebrate the courage it takes to speak up and make changes.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Getting help is part of recovery.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Mental health isn't something you need to keep to yourself. Talk to a friend. Trust your teammates. You're not alone.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
The first steps may be the toughest, but knowing where to look for help is a good start. Community mental health organizations like the Canadian Mental Health Association or Mental Health America offer resources and programs that can help you. Visit cmha.ca or mentalhealthamerica.net to find a branch in your community.
And remember,
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Justin Schofield. He will face Fetty Eater to lead things off for Schofield as the Twins with this 3-1 lead now. And pinch runner over for Mata. That looks like Gonzalo Masmu running for Mata at third base. And Nova, oh, what a play over there. He was inside the line this time and spears that one hopper and takes him right in the direction of third base. No opportunity there for Masmu to even get off the bag. Fetty Eater aboard with the infield single. You see almost a collision there as Mason had to dance out of the way of Eater coming through the base. So a mound meeting, and the Express, the defense will have to be in with runners on the corners. Brandon Horn over with a chat for the shortstop, Mr. Nova. He is inside the baseline this time. Horn inside the baseline at second. On the move and easily stealing uncontested goes Fetty Eater. So now runners at the corner, or at least two runners in scoring position rather, for Blake Underwood. Boland again out to the mound to have a quick word with Schofield. And you get a good look at Justin. 3-1 Twins. Infield drawn in up the middle, and this one lays foul down the right side. The corners, Mason at first and Kyle Ezekiel at third, are about a foot each off the bag. Good rise ball there from Schofield. Blows that right by Blake Underwood. Schofield, normally his best pitch is the drop. But he just pumped that one right past Blake Underwood. Real good change as well in the arsenal for Schofield. And now with 2 out, the infield can go back to normal depth. Zera to the plate. And this one upstairs, out and away for ball 1. Ramon Godoy and Andrew Kirkpatrick, the starters for JB and the New York Gremlins, respectively. We should have Joe Todd back for that one. And Joe right now is out on the field conducting the ISC2 awards ceremony. Congratulations to Marchio Brothers Sausage, your ISC2 champions for 2022. This one fouled into the screen. Mason giving that ball a good working over before he hands it over to Schofield. Wow. Schofield is going to give it another rub. Fouled into the screen again by Zera, who makes a habit of long at-bats. Fouls pitches off, sees everything that the pitcher's got on offer. And Boland out for another mound visit. I think that's the third just this inning. Got him on the strikeout. Schofield shuts the door, but the Twins push across an all-important insurance run. We will go to top of the 7th inning. Bear Creek now chasing 2. Got to score 2 to tie.
Two Hall of Fame players. One, a 3-time All-World player and twice the leading hitter at the ISC World Tournament. The other, a 5-time All-World player who led the World Tournament in RBIs in 2008. Reese Casely and Travis Wilson, our teammates, our friends, our family. Congratulations, Reese and Travis, from all of us on the New York Gremlins on your induction into the ISC Hall of Fame.
Hoimamata will work hard for 3 outs to propel the Kitchener-Hallman Twins into the ISC winter bracket final. That's what's at stake, an opportunity to play for a direct berth into the championship game. Quentin Bruce, Kyle Ezekiel, Derek Mason will stand in his way. Big cut from Quentin Bruce. Fouls that one straight back into the screen. Bruce resets in the box. Mata on the board. And this one misses outside for ball one. 1-1. The count. Called a strike on the swing. Bruce tried to hold up, but just couldn't. He has a quick conversation with Trevor Topping about on the swing. And this one fouled off at the plate, so keep the count 0-2. And can't hold up again. Rise ball gets Quentin Bruce for the first out of the inning. Hallman Twins 2 outs away. Here you see Quentin Bruce just can't hold up. And the look of anguish there on the face of Quentin Bruce says it all. Kyle Ezekiel in the 7th spot tonight for the Express. And chases a drop ball down for the first strike. And the changeup there from Mata. Haven't seen a lot of those tonight, but he works one in there to great effect. And Kyle Ezekiel goes after that one for strike 2, and 0-2 on Ezekiel. Setup is outside. Zera tries to pull it back, but Trevor Topping not having any of that. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Zera out for a mound visit. Topping will clean off the plate and go break up this meeting. Bear Creek need the proverbial bloop and a blast to tie this one. And just misses downstairs. Some courage to take that pitch. And again, 3-2. Ezekiel with the fine eye at the plate. One down in the inning. The Bear Creek Express need 2 to tie. And time at the plate as Ezekiel felt that Mata was taking too long. And this is a fair ball. Milheim, off-balance throw, and they get Ezekiel dug out by Kronk. Some good defense all the way around there. That was a little slow roller up third. Milheim had to come get it and make the throw on the run. You'll see it here. Some fine defense there on display from the HALLMAN twins. So Derek Mason, the last call for the Express, the last station on the stop potentially tonight. Foul back into the screen. Just about all of the seats taken in the center section and all of the spots in the metal bleachers around the home plate here at Milt Hand Field at the Green Valley Sports Complex. There's a strike that's pumped in by Mata. So 0-2 to Derek Mason, and the Bear Creek Express down to their last strike. Inside corner, ball 1. Mata bends at the waist. That right arm dangles free, then into the glove, the lean. And this one will be fouled back into the screen again. Mason. He's got something in mind that he's looking for. He's looking for something up from Mata, but he just hasn't been able to square it up. Mata again, and change up this time, but can't get the strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mata to the hip, and this one foul back again. Mason is definitely thinking rise ball. He has fouled all of them off into the screen. Just can't get the barrel of the bat square on the ball. And if you think that is something easy to do, come on out and try it sometime. Big exhale from Waymo Mata. And ball 4. What a great at-bat by Derek Mason. Down 0-2. Fouls off some pitches. Looks, but he's actually, he's a ball early. That was just ball 3. So he's got to go get the bat back. That was ball 3. It was a 2-2 count. Now 3-2. Now, if I'm Derek Mason, when somebody asks me about that, I'm just going to say, hey, that was a veteran move. I was trying to get a free base. He did. Had us going. So now it's a full count. Now it would be ball 4. And again, fouled into the screen. And Mata, Mason, real good battle. That's what the scoreboard says. So here we go again. And now it's ball 4. And now Derek Mason has earned his way to first. And now I can say, what a great at-bat by Derek Mason to work his way back from an 0-2 count, fouling off pitch after pitch, and to work a walk and to get that runner aboard and to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Brandon Horn. And foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brandon Horn. Do the Bear Creek Express have another 7th inning miracle in them? This one misses downstairs. So 2-1, Brandon Horn. Good veteran batter at the plate. Good eye. We saw it from them the other night. Fede Eater in to talk to Huemo Mata. They left it till the bottom of the 7th. Mason was the hero then. He's worked the walk, and he's passed the baton to Brandon Horn. Mata with that triple in the 6th extended the lead for the Twins, and that looms very large right now. There's a called strike, so 2-2, and again, the Bear Creek Express down to their last strike in this one. There you see Mata, bent at the waist, then the big lean, and swing and a miss. That's the ball game. The Kitchener-Hallman Twins, 3-1 winners over the Bear Creek Express. Huemo Mata leading the way on the mound, and at the plate, the Twins punch their ticket to the winner's bracket final. Big fist pump there from Huemo Mata. A real good ball game between these two Ontario rivals. We're going to wrap up. Thanks for sticking with us through a couple of power outages. Come back in about 15-20 minutes. Let's call it approximately 8:15, 8:20 Central Standard Time. And Luciano Lafrano, Blair Setford, Kieran Woodruff, Catrona Lafrano, and Joe Todd will be back with us for the nightcap. Thanks for being with us.